club, only the elite make it past the bouncer through the secret door, that velvet rope, and into the ultra exclusive VIP room that's reserved for the very important players. Scott Bartholomew.
I just stand in the line.
No, you don't. Michael Brandt, myself, Kay Adams. We only have 9 days until Super Bowl 53. We do this every week for the very important players looking ahead to Atlanta. Let's start with you, Bart.
Well, for me, it's Aaron Donald, and that's the obvious. But, what's not obvious is how they have to use him. He's the best chess piece on the board, and I think Wade Phillips has to use him as such. We've seen Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels eliminate great players. J.J. Watt comes to mind, how he never really gets sacks or gets pressure on Brady. I think they have to move him into the A-gap. They have to let him play the nose guard. And what happens is, where we've seen teams struggle, they keep trying to get pressure for Brady outside. Nobody's really attacking the A-gap. You don't have to, secure the edges because he's not a threat to run. It's in his contract. One time a year,
that's it.
Twice during the Super Bowl. So I think you move him there, and then what Belichick's usually adjustment is going to be is like, okay, now we're getting such interior pressure. You put him snap hand because now Andrews has to snap the ball, get his hand up. He's going to draw the double team and get help from the guard, which is going to open up the other gaps. And if you cancel all the gaps, you make Devlin with that huge neck roll have to adjust and get on a different track. And he's not built that way. He has stiff hips, pretty much like Kyle right there. He can't get off the track. So I think Aaron Donald's the biggest chess piece, and they have to move him all along the board so that they can't get a beat on him because they'll wham him, they'll trap him and things of that sort. But quick interior pressure on Brady makes him move his feet. He's not as accurate throwing the ball on the run.
That's incredible. That is incredible. I mean, you're potentially taking your own guy out of a spot where he's the most comfortable, right? Like you could maybe neutralize yourself.
It doesn't matter what gap you're in. You're just defeating a guy that has to put his hands. But first of all, he has to look, and then now you start affecting the snap count because he's nervous that he has the best player in football over him, and now you're getting interior pressure because he can bull him, he can swim over him, get that interior pressure, and then now Brady's on the run. When we seen Brady struggle, it's been when you loop. You look at Houston last week. He never came underneath.
Play one of the Super Bowl defensively.
Was that 90?
I'm going to be watching.
Whatever it was perfect.
I'm going to be watching.
You just turned 40 yesterday. You got to come at him like that? What is that?
Yeah, hips
I got
a little
stiff
stiffer.
hips.
Yeah.
Come on, Bart.
Were you in my house last night?
Oh, yikes.
What do you got, Adams?
Getting into the club, I'm going to go with not a 40-year-old, but a 37-year-old in Andrew Whitworth because in my experience, the places that you grew up when you were younger and you went clubbing, you could still probably get into today. Like if I go back to Chicago, I know enough people that if I rolled up somewhere, I could get in. Any Princeton clubs like that, bars?
Oh, sure. Yeah, the IVN. I'll roll right in there right now.
Right, so they'll invite you in. And that's how I feel about Andrew Whitworth in Atlanta and last week in New Orleans. It's the one X factor I did not consider when picking that matchup between the Saints and the Rams because he had pretty much all of his successes in the Dome, guys. Back to high school, he won 3 Louisiana State championships, all in New Orleans. In 2003, under Nick Saban at LSU, he won the BCS National Championship there against Oklahoma, and it does not end there. After having a tremendous season, never playing in a playoff game in his first 12 years in his career, 0-7 in the playoffs, he has 2 at the age of 37 and going. And in Atlanta, he's who I want to go to the club with. A, he's bigger than the bouncer.
Yes.
Can get in clearly. And he's going back to Atlanta where he also has good history. So geography is going to play into this. He was part of 2 SEC championships when he was with the Tigers in Atlanta. So I didn't factor that in. I'd like to see him have success because it's such a great story. It's such a great guy.
Oh, yeah. He can move the bouncers like Coach Rath moves Coach McVay.
Yes.
Just pluck him over there. I'm in. I'm coming in.
And we talk a lot about the offensive line for the Patriots, Kyle. But Jared Goff hasn't been really touched in this postseason.
Both of them are great. I'm going to look at a guy like a guy in the club who's a man of mystery. He's not one of these guys who's there every week that everybody knows about. Someone's like, who is that guy? And I'm talking about Kyle Van Noy. Where did this dude come from? The guy had a monster AFC title game. You might not even know anything about him. Here's the facts. He was a Detroit Lion, and in 2.5 years with the Lions, he had 36 tackles. In one AFC title game with the Patriots, he had 10. This is one of those classic Patriots things where all of a sudden the guy's great. This, by the way, is also his 3rd Super Bowl he's playing in. I don't know if you've known that Kyle Van Noy's been in the Super Bowl. He actually had a really big play in the Falcons' comeback. He had another 5 tackles against the Eagles last year. This guy knows what he's doing. He's been there. It's just all of a sudden he's having a moment. Does he have personality? Yeah, actually, he's a pretty interesting guy. He tweeted right after the AFC title game, #WeSuck. He also tweeted, I want to hand out so many L's to people right now, but we're just going to chill and enjoy this one. He has a beauty pageant wife, is incredibly fetching. They're a great couple. I didn't know this about Kyle Van Noy. Mike, you have information on Kyle Van Noy's wife.
You nailed it. I think that was the entire scouting report.
Go ahead, Mike. Who's on the club?
She's a very nice lady.
Yes.
Met her one time.
Is that right?
Way back. Nickel Roby-Coleman. Okay, so let's talk about the missed non-call and him admitting that he was beat on the play. So I'm just gonna whack Tommy Lee Lewis, and that's Nickel Roby-Coleman's claim to fame recently. Well, you know what? That's a disservice to Nickel Roby-Coleman, who has been playing some really good football this year, and I cannot wait to see this matchup between him and Julian Edelman, because I got a couple of undersized guys here, and they're going to be working their magic in the slot against one another here, and I want to see if Julian Edelman can shake them the way that he's been able to shake slot receivers for how many years now. This is going to be a really important matchup because this is a third down type matchup for Tom Brady that he needs Edelman to win, and Roby-Coleman's been playing some really good football. We just haven't talked enough about him. For 2 weeks, we're going to be talking about this play, but there's more to Roby-Coleman. I mean, he's a nickel cornerback, and his name is Nickel. It doesn't get much better than that.
Don't you test him early? Like, so let's see what's up. I mean, he's gone through a lot these last couple of weeks. Let's see if he interferes, if he can cover. I want to go after him right away.
And you're going to test him late in the game, too, because this is going to be a close game. Patriots Super Bowls are always close games. So you know down the stretch you're going to need some catches from Julian Edelman. Nickel Roby-Coleman, you are Mr. VIP. Or are you? We'll find out.
Percentage of our watching audience right now Googling Kyle Van Noy's wife.
I'm thinking it 65%.
65?
She's a lovely woman. Never met her, but she's
fetching.
Back.
Fetching, he says. Brandon Cooks fetched a couple of huge passes for the Patriots. Now he's going up against them. He knows the team in and out. MJD called him a double agent. How does he feel about this? How does former